And I think we're good to go. So welcome to Very Important Friend Yoga, to your Wednesday night practice of gentle yoga. I know that that sometimes in gentle yoga you might not feel like you're doing so much, but the cumulative effect of relaxation while doing the poses and the stretches is so powerful. So you don't have to worry if one pose you're not feeling at your edge or something like that. That's not the purpose of this class. I guarantee there'll be a cumulative effect with each pose as it grows. So just at the beginning of class, you can bend your knees and plant your feet. You're already lying down, I think. And just be here. And maybe today is Earth Day. So really feel the earth underneath your mat. You can imagine how busy it is under Earth right now, everything getting ready to heat up. And try to harness those vibrations. Not such a far out talk. And feel your whole body relax into the mat. And feel where your body touches the mat. And then feel your breath, right? That mighty breath. And maybe if you hadn't given your breath much thought before this pandemic, it certainly is something that we now think about every day. And that we can be so grateful that it's easy for us to breathe. And I firmly believe that we can, with our breath, we can alter our perspective. And the longer we make our breath softer, we make them more full, we tamper down our cortisol levels, our stress levels, and that helps our mind to be free and to process things appropriately and to put them in the right place, to respond instead of react. So you're doing an awful lot, even when it doesn't feel like it. Your body knows that. So then just take your knees and windshield wiper them side to side. Nice and easy, nowhere else to be, nothing to do. Try hard just to be here. And if a text comes in or whatever, just pretend that you're in your yoga studio and you participate in it. Nice and easy, side to side. Feeling what you feel, and then slowly let your knees, your feet are, at least apart. We're actually making the feet mat apart, and then let both knees fall over to the left. You can open your arms to T or V pose. Maybe let your palms be up. And then go ahead and look right. And sink here into the mat. And really feel the stretch in your torso and on the sides of your body. And even though your right side is long and it's easy to feel the stretch, you can still feel magic helping or taking place on your left side. And begin to deepen your breath now, so that on the inhale, the first thing that comes up is your belly, and the air moves on up through your lungs. And as you exhale, also through your nose, you feel the air move from your collarbone through your lungs down into your belly. And it might not be very smooth right now, but that's okay. It's on its way. Yeah? It's longer than it was. And then from here, you may like to take your left ankle and place it on top of your right knee, or just a little bit below or above it, so that you can traction even more in this reclining twist. And look for the rise and fall of your belly, the relaxation of your shoulders. Your eyes are melting into the sockets are flat. Top of your head, smoothing out your forehead, even your cheeks, just all relaxing and letting something go. And then slowly keep this figure 4 configuration and press your right foot into the mat. Press your lower back into the mat and let your left knee open up and your heart open up. And take your left hand and place it above your left knee so that you can press your left knee away. And then let your right arm come up over your head and rest your right hand on the floor. If it doesn't go right behind you, you can make it into a V, and then it'll feel better. And remember, there's no glory in pain, and especially in yoga. So if it doesn't feel great, try to fix it so that it does feel great. And then slowly bring your left arm over your head too, so your left hand touches down on the floor. So now your underarms are open, your heart is open. Press your lower back into the floor and lift your right shin up. Flex both feet, and you'll begin to feel your abdominal muscle engaged. And then just rock side to side. It's a bit awkward, right? You're wanting to grab one of your legs, but just nice and easy side to side. Maybe you're feeling some strength in your legs. Maybe you're feeling a bit of weakness. It's all good. It's so good to feel sensation. And then slowly come back to center. Keep that same configuration. Your arms are still over your head. And then circle your hips around, your knees around. But make sure that your lower back is still pressed into the floor so that you're not arching here. So your circle might be very small. Flex both feet, feeling energy in your legs. Beautiful. And then the opposite way. Nice. So maybe you're starting to shake a little bit. That's so cool. It's just your body telling you that you're getting stronger. And it's also natural to want to hold your breath while you're doing this movement you may have never done. So work to breathe while you're circling. And then slowly come back to neutral. And now you get to bring your hands behind your right thigh. So you can interlace them here. If you have your belt and it feels better to use it, please do. Right? We don't want you to pull on your neck and have your chin way up high or anything like that. So if you have that, go ahead and take the time. And then from here, slowly lift your right leg up, flex your right foot, let your left knee come open, and you're into reclining position here. And then slowly use your hands to bring your right leg closer in towards your body. And when it's enough, you've reached your edge, keep breathing here. And then maybe after a few breaths, you feel that you've let go of something's relaxed, and then perhaps that right leg becomes even a little bit closer. And again, stop where it doesn't feel good. Keep your breath going. And then slowly let that right leg come even closer. Finding space where you didn't even know you had space, and relaxing your shoulders here. They probably were starting to creep up towards your ears. And make sure that your right heel is reaching towards the sky. And again, try to move with the tension on your hands, your right leg a little bit closer in. And your right heel a little bit more out. So you should be feeling a stretch in your right hamstring. You're definitely behind your right calf. And also maybe your left hip. Can get maybe pretty intense. And when you're pretty much as far as you think you're comfortably going to go, you can point and flex that right foot. Feeling how your ankle is doing, how the top of your foot is, the bottom, your toes, and then rotate your right ankle around. And then the opposite way. Come back to neutral and take your toes and squeeze them in, and then release, let them spread apart. Squeeze your toes together and let them come apart. Last time, squeeze the toes together and then let them come apart. And then slowly release your hands, open them to T, and let your palms face down. So you're getting some support from the earth, and then slowly keep this configuration till you lower the right leg all the way down to the floor, and you're into reclining half lotus. And relax here, let that left knee open up. Your right ankle is on top of your right knee, just like above it, above your right knee. And open your left hip here. Feel your belly rise on the inhale. There's lots of space for that air to move now. And feel your whole body relax on the exhale. Beautiful practice. And then from here, slowly bend your right knee and plant your right foot, and then slowly take your left foot off and bring your feet mat width apart. And then let your knees come together and rest here. Press your knees together. Press your lower back into the floor. It naturally wants to arch. And feel your heart open here. And then slowly let your head rest on your hands. You can interlace your fingers. Open up your elbows. Let your neck be long by tucking in your chin, relaxing your chest. And then take a big inhale. Feel your belly expand, and exhale will crunch up. Inhale down. Exhale, crunch. Inhale down. Exhale, crunch. Inhale down. Exhale, crunch. A little different with your knees together. Inhale. And a few at your own pace, listening for your breath. Right? Because your pace is not mine. So how long can you make your exhale as you come up? And how long can your inhale be all the way down? Right? So really have like a small contest with yourself and see how long you can make it. Two more. Beautiful. And then open up your elbows, feel your heart, and let that heart start to sort of rise out of your chest. It's losing its constraints of keeping it in your body. And then slowly let your arms come open to T again, and you can choose whether you'd like your palms up or down. Let your knees come apart, press your feet, they're mat width apart, and then windshield wiper them side to side. Nice and easy. Thinking about keeping your lower back tucked in nice. Relaxing your shoulders. Relaxing your arms, your wrists, your palms, and your fingers. All while your knees are just going nicely side to side. And then slowly let your knees fall over to the right. So you're into reclining twist. Your knees are far from being stacked. And then you may like to look left here and relaxing all your abdominal muscles and your hips, the top of your thighs, your knees, your shins, your ankles, top of your feet, bottom of your feet, and your toes. And beginning to even sink a little bit more into the earth. Let the earth hold you up. And then slowly take your right ankle and place it a little bit above your right knee, and that will traction, or your left knee, and that will traction your left knee over to the right. So changing the reclining twist just a little bit. Feeling your beautiful breath, noticing how it's moving, its destination, its initiation. And then slowly place your left foot on the mat and let your legs come up in this figure four configuration. Center yourself so you feel really comfortable. Relax your shoulders. Lift your heart up. And then slowly, you'll lift the left leg up too. Flex your left foot. Let your right knee come out to the right. Press it, or going back. And begin to engage your belly, feeling some strength from your center core. Awesome. And then take your right hand and press your right knee away and let your left arm come up over your head till the back of your hand touches down. Breathing here. And then slowly release that right hand so it's coming over your head too. Feel your lower back into the floor. And then slowly begin to circle this figure four around. Feels so nice. Maybe you can relax and release some tension in your shoulders and your neck. And then slowly go the other way. And your legs may be talking to you. It's just sensation, right? It's good to feel. Not something you have to shy away from. Of course, if it's painful, it's different. But just feeling. You don't need to make adjustments to that. And then slowly come back to neutral and reach your hands behind your left thigh. Interlace your fingers, giving you some support. Probably feels quite nice. And again, if you need your strap, here's the place to use it. And then slowly lift that left leg up. Let that left heel come up towards the sky. Your right knee opening up. Just reclining pigeon. Feel your breath deep down in your belly when you start and when you finish. And then we'll slowly begin that lovely stretch of your left hamstring. So slowly use your hands or your strap to begin moving your left leg closer to your body. Tuck your chin in so it's not up too high. And if this is not comfortable, you can always put a pillow under your head or your neck. And then when your body says stop, stop, breathe. And when it's ready to go, let your hands help you move that left leg closer to your chest. And slowly you're inching that left leg closer and closer in. And the right knee farther and farther away. And when you get to where you think is your final destination in this pose, then you can just point and flex your left. Feel the stretch on the top of your feet and the bottom. And then slowly roll your ankle. And the opposite way. And then crunch your toes in. Crunch, I guess is the word, and then spread apart. Bring it in and apart and in and apart, in and apart. And nice and slowly remove your hands. You can open them to T or maybe cactus pose this time with your elbows bent and your hands resting behind you. And then slowly lower this half lotus pose down to the floor. And nice and slow, there's no rush. And engage your belly so that your back doesn't get too arched off the floor. And when your left leg is all the way down and your right knee is open, you're now into reclining half lotus. Breathe here and feel that sensation of an inspire, right? When you take your breath in, bringing in the new. And when you exhale, relaxing the whole body. Inhale, expansion, and exhale, contraction. And then slowly let that right leg come long too. Point your feet and let your arms come over your head and really stretch like someone is really pulling at your toes and at your fingers. And enjoy this nice long stretch. And then from here, we'll move into banana pose. So you'll keep your hips and your shoulders in the same place. They're not moving. And slide your feet over to the left. Your whole leg, 2 legs. And then your arms over to the left as well. Your left hand may grab your right wrist to help you. And now you're in this lovely banana shape with this really wide open right side, right underarm. Let the lymph nodes open and drain. And just breathe here. You may even like to take your right foot and cross it over your left. Getting an even bigger stretch. Remember, there's nothing to do and nowhere to go but be here now. So let your body be here in this banana pose and nowhere else. And then maybe with this little bit of time, you can use your left hand to stretch your right arm over and let both ankles come a little bit more over to the left, with your hips and your shoulders still on the ground. And then from here, open to star pose. So you'll let your arms come mat width and your legs come mat width or more. Let your feet flop open and your fingers spread wide. Heart lifting. And here we are in star pose. Everything open. And then from here, bend your knees and let the soles of your feet come together into reclining butterfly pose. Press your feet together and relax. Press your feet together and relax. Again, press your feet together and relax. Being so open and vulnerable in butterfly pose. Sinking into the floor. And then slowly bring your hands again behind your head, interlace your fingers, and rest your head very heavy on your hands. And you'll remember the last time we did crunches, our knees were right together and our feet were apart. So now we're going to do our feet together and our knees really apart. Maybe you'll notice quite a difference. So inhale and feel your belly rise. And exhale, lift up your torso. Inhale back down. And exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. And exhale up. And then slowly lower back down. Beautiful. Really feeling some strength in that abdomen. And then we're moving back to star pose. So let your legs come wide and your arms come wide. And then we'll move into our banana pose on the right side. So your left leg will come long and over to the right. And then your left arm will come over to the right, and your right hand may even grab your left wrist so that you can help nudge that left hand over towards the right. Relaxing both shoulders here, letting your neck be loose. And you may like to take your left foot and cross it over your right. And you're feeling, I hope, a lovely stretch on your left side and especially under your left underarm. Feeling your breath really begin to travel unimpeded. And then maybe use your right hand to let that left arm stretch over a little bit and that both legs come back over towards the right, so you've got an even more curved banana. And then slowly open back up to star pose and let your feet flop over. And then slowly bring your feet together and bend your knees. Plant your feet into the floor. Let your lower back come into the earth. And your pelvic tilt here. And just feel yourself even out on both sides. And from here, we'll move into bridge pose or supported bridge pose. So if you have a block or a hardcover book or something like that nearby, this would be a good time. If you don't have it, you don't need it. But slowly lift your hips up and place the block or the book underneath, just to give you some support and to help you with this inversion. And while we're in this supported bridge pose, we're going to make eagle arms with our arms. So you'll let your forearms come together, and your right arm will come under your left, and then your right hand will come around your left arm, and so your palms can meet. So you're really feeling your shoulder blades being spread apart here. And then we'll take an inhale and let our hands come back over our head. And then exhale, let our elbows come into the chest. Inhale, fingers touch down over the head. And exhale, they come into the chest. And back and forth a few times, really harnessing your own breath. Nice job. And then slowly come back to neutral. You'll open your arms out so you can get some blood flow back in there. And then bring your forearms together. And this time, we'll do it the opposite way. So your left arm comes around and tucks over the right so that your palms then touch this way. Feel your spine into your block or your book, and then slowly you'll bring your hands over your head and then back down into your chest. Noticing the difference inside how you feel, and using that inhale to open up and the exhale to leave things behind, to let go. Inhale to open, and exhale to close. Inhale to open, exhale to close. Inhale to open, and exhale to close. Beautiful. And then open your arms back, T. And then from here, we'll move into candlestick pose. So both legs can come up to the sky. If you don't have a block or a book, you can always use your hands underneath and support your sit bones and your tailbone that way. And press your heels up to the sky. And this may not be quite as hard because we've done this reclining pigeon, so it might actually come a little easier to you today. And then slowly begin to bicycle your leg. Yeah, using this inversion to let the blood flow more to your heart, letting your heart pump a little bit harder to get that blood back up. And move your legs as if they're going through water or warm gel. So there's some resistance here. And it feels kind of nice without gravity. Being upside down on a bicycle. And then the opposite way. And keep your breathing going. And then from here, let your legs come back up. Stretch out your heels up to the sky. And then slowly just tip-top your legs side to side. Come back to neutral and then begin to circle, like as if you have one leg instead of two. And then depending on how you're feeling, if you'd like to get more of an abdominal workout, you can lower your legs down as you circle. Or if you're really enjoying this relaxing time and just adding some breath and movement, keep your circle small, which is what I'm going to do. And then go in the opposite way. Breathing here, relaxing your shoulders, feeling yourself on the earth. So nice. And then slowly let your legs come back up and then bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a hug. Even though you still have the book or the block there, if you do, it's all right. And feel your spine getting so nice and long. And then slowly let your feet come back down. Lift your hips up, remove the block, and slowly lower all the way down. From here, we'll move into happy baby pose. So you'll lift your legs back up, reach behind your heel, and let your feet come towards the sky as your knees come towards the floor. Flex your feet and use some pressure in your hands to press your feet down and thus your knees down. But don't forget that your feet can press against your hands with a counter pressure. And then rock a little side to side. Nice. Beautiful job. And then slowly you'll lower your happy baby so your feet will come back down to the mat. Lengthen your legs out. Reach your arms over your head. Feel that beautiful stretch again. Somebody pulling your fingers and your toes. So you're actually becoming like 1 inch longer. And then from here, we'll just simply roll on to our belly. And when you get there, you can make a pillow with your arms and rest your head there. And you can roll your forehead back and forth so that you can massage your third eye, work on your intuition. Nice and easy, relaxing your shoulders. And then slowly come back to neutral. And then you'll just rock your hips side to side. So you won't move very much at all. Just side to side. And it feels really nice to isolate one part of your body and leave everything else to be still. And then slowly come back to neutral. And this is not a rocking of the hip, but it's pressing the right hip bone into the mat and the left hip bone lifts up a little bit. And then switching, let the left hip press down and the right hip come up. So this is a tiny movement. I don't think you'll be able to see it. And hopefully you're just in your own space and listening to my voice. But it's just each hip bone. Gently, one pressing in, one lifting up, and then the other way. So if you have tight hip flexors or you don't feel like you have much mobility in your hips, this is a good exercise. And then come back to neutral and bend your knees. Let the soles of the feet come up and then windshield wiper those side to side. And then slowly lower your legs down. And we'll move into half frog. So you'll slide your left knee along the floor and bring your left knee towards your, let's say your left elbow. And then you'll bring your left foot out and flex it. So this is half frog. You can rest your head down still. And really feel your left hip open up. But don't forget about your right leg. You can press the top of your right foot down into the mat. And breathe here. And then slowly keep that left leg exactly where it is in frog pose. And if it feels okay for you, come up on your forearms. So your Sphinx on the top and frog on the bottom. And feel your heart open here. And the way I do that is I press my forearms into the mat. I spread my fingers and I traction my forearms without moving them. Elbows towards my body, allowing my heart to come out towards my hands or towards the center. My shoulder blades are coming together, my shoulders are relaxed. And then from here, maybe you could look over your left shoulder. And then slowly come back to center. And lower back down. Resting your head on your forehead. And then slowly return that frog leg out long. And again, just take your forehead side to side. And then from here, you can move into frog pose on the other side. So your right knee will slide along the floor. Your right foot will come out and be flexed. And you can rest here, feeling your breath, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your neck, letting your forearms, which are holding up your forehead, so your neck can really let go. And press now the top of your left foot into the mat. And then slowly from here, keep your right leg in frog and come up on your forearms. So you're in Sphinx pose on the top, and again, frog on the bottom. And then press your forearms into the mat. Let your elbows come towards your body and your body come forward. So your heart is really coming out now. Shoulder blades coming together. Really feeling open here. Breathing nice and easy now. And then slowly look over your right shoulder. A nice stretch on the left hand side. Nice and gentle with yourself, doing what you can. And then slowly come back. And let that right leg come to meet the left. And then slowly make a pillow with your arms again. And just rest your forehead on your arms and let your neck be soft. then slowly bend your right knee, and perhaps you can reach your hand back to your right foot. If you need your strap or your belt, this would be a good time to get it. And then slowly, maybe you can lift your right knee off the mat a little bit and use your right hand to press towards your body. Breathe in here, relaxing your shoulders. Nice. And then slowly, you'll simply switch sides. And now your right forearm is down, your left knee is bent. You reach your left hand or your left ankle or with your strap. And then slowly you lift your left knee off the mat if you can, and press your left ankle into your hand, and let your hand press into your left ankle, letting your heel come closer into your body. A nice stretch for the quadriceps here. And then slowly release. And come up to Sphinx pose. So now you're back on your forearms. And really press the top of your feet into the mat. And then slowly look over to the right. And come back to center and over to the right. And then come back to center. Continuing to work on our back bend, you'll bend your right knee. This may be a good place for you. Or you may bring your left forearm more center and reach for the top of your right foot. Press your left top of your left foot into the floor so you're nice and balanced. And begin to lift your heart up as you bring your right foot towards your body. Beautiful. And then slowly we'll just switch sides. So let your right leg come long. Bring your right forearm in the center of your body. Bend your left knee and reach to the top of your left foot. And then slowly begin this process of using your hand to bring your left foot closer into your body, but your heart opening forward. Beautiful. And then slowly release your left leg, and we'll come into child's pose. So you'll bend your knees and let your big toes touch. And then slowly let your hips come back as your arms reach forward. And let your forehead rest down. If you have a block or a book and that feels better for you, you can rest your forehead there. Otherwise, just simply being here, melting into the mat, and letting your back traction long, and feeling your breath into your lungs. Sometimes people have their feet cramp in this position. It helps to put maybe the pillow underneath your feet or underneath, like above your ankles, and give you some extra support that way. And then from here, take your right hand and bring it so that the back of your right hand is on the small of your back. And then slowly circle your right shoulder around. Really getting some movement in your shoulder. And then the opposite way. Beautiful. And then let that right arm come long. Reach it maybe a little farther than you thought you could. And simply switch sides. So let your left hand, the back of your left hand, rest on the small of your back. And slowly circle your left shoulder around. Now you might notice that it's quite smooth or quite rough. It is what it is, and just breathe through it. And then slowly the opposite way. And of course, one way is probably much easier than the other. And then slowly stretch that left arm out. And walk your hands over to the right side. Your left hand might come over your right, and let your left cheek come down. And then slowly walk your hands over to the other side and let your right cheek come down. And then slowly come back to center and walk your hands out until you're back onto your belly. And then you're going to roll over onto your back. And we're going to prepare for Shavasana now. So if you have pillows or blocks or anything that you like to set yourself up for your rest, please do. So for me, I like to have 2 blocks. You could also use books, they just have to be the same size to put my ankles on. But maybe you have a pillow to tuck under your head, or maybe put on a sweater or get a blanket or whatever. And then slowly spread your legs so they're mat-width apart for sure. Let your toes spread out, fall to the sides. Let your arms come down by your side. Let your heart open up by lifting up your shoulders and tucking your shoulder blades underneath. And then begin to surrender. Just give it all up and let your body just be. Try hard not to fidget. And just give yourself just these 2 minutes of complete rest. And slowly begin to welcome your breath back into your body. And maybe you can even feel it entering. Where does it enter into your body? Where do you feel it? And then slowly feel the inspiration from breathing in and the relaxation from breathing out. Let's breathe in one time all together, filling up our entire body. And exhale through the mouth, let everything go. Beautiful. And then slowly wiggle your fingers and your toes, adding your movement back in, rolling your wrists and your ankles. And then go ahead and bring your legs together and reach over your head, feeling the freedom that comes with this stretch. And then slowly, one knee at a time until both knees are in. Give yourself a big hug. Rocking side to side. And make a wish. Any wish for yourself, for a friend, for your community, for the whole world, or for the earth itself. And then slowly roll into a fetal position and use your bottom arm as a pillow. And just take a moment to regroup and feel the newness of this pose, right? The first yoga pose we've ever done. And as long as we have our beautiful breath, we always get a chance to learn something new, to adjust something, to bring in some more light, to feel joy. And then slowly use your upper hand and keep your eyes closed and press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And maybe you can notice how easy your spine is moving and feeling, and it's just a little bit longer and you're a little bit taller as you ground down your sit bones into the floor and allow your body to rise up. Inhale your arms up over your head and let your fingers touch in your thumb. They take a minute to find them. Let the base of your palm touch and slowly lower your prayer position to your beautiful heart. Open your heart here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale through your mouth, let it go. The light in me bows in honors to that brilliant, shining, identical light that's in you and me and all of us in this class and all of us around the planet. Feel that connection. We're more connected than ever. Happy Earth Day. Namaste. I hope you all sleep well, sweet dreams. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, Lisa. That was great.
Oh, thanks, Jean. So nice to have you.
Thanks, Lise.